Get ready for record-breaking heat today. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mackenzie Lake. Let's dive into our full Thursday forecast. So high pressure has been dominating the weather the last few days. Today is our peak heating day on tap. My forecast calling for 86 degrees. That's going to beat that daily record dating back to 1972, set right at 85. I don't think we're the only area that's going to break or at least battle some of these daily records. A majority of our viewing area and most of Southern California going to be up to bat with some of these sweltering conditions. Here's a look at our extreme heat warning for inland areas starting at 11 o'clock today. Heat advisory also going into effect at 11 a.m. This includes San Luis Obispo, Santa Maria, portions of the Santa Ynez Valley, and even in Ojai, those temperatures could reach 105 degrees for the day. Hydration is key. It's day number 2 of school for those kiddos outside. So if you are heading out the door, make sure you're avoiding strenuous activity, specifically during our peak heating times. If you're located up in Paso Robles, that's one area where the heat is on the rise and rising quickly. 11 o'clock in the morning, my forecast calling for 86 degrees, jumping up to triple digits by 1 p.m., holding out at 108 all the way through 5 p.m. And take a look here, even after the sun has set, 9 p.m., we're still looking at 72 degrees. That's a similar situation here in Santa Barbara, where our overnight lows are only dropping into the low 70s. Not much needed heat relief into the overnight. It's very vital to check in on those at risk, young kids, the elderly as well. Here's our red flag warning in effect. So fire danger is heightened today. All areas highlighted in fuchsia. This will kick off at 9 o'clock in the morning, where we have the possibility of explosive fire behavior. Again, the National Weather Service does not use that term lightly. If you have any sort of activities planned today that could ignite sparks, make sure to avoid this at all costs or push that off until next week. So here's our high pressure system. Not only is it going to break our records here in Santa Barbara, it is going to hold steady for the next couple of days. This is a prolonged heat wave, and it's going to last through multiple states. So you can see just how big it is. This heat dome is just going to kind of entrap most of the West Coast with temperatures around 15 to 20 degrees above average. As we track through Saturday, we'll have a pretty big system that moves through the central portion of the United States. It's going to push high pressure a little bit closer to our coverage zone. But as we track through Sunday and Monday, well, big changes are ahead of us. It's going to be a muggy weekend and a muggy start to next week as we track monsoonal moisture. So high pressure is still holding pretty dominant. However, the heat starts to lessen and we get a little bit more relief by Sunday, Monday. But you can see here, we'll get a little bit more action as well. Future track radar showing by 5 p.m. some activity in interior portions of Santa Barbara, Santa Maria, LA, and Ventura County. We can't rule out some of these pop-up showers crossing over the coastline, but thunderstorm activity looks to be rather erratic. Any of these showers and storms would move really quickly. It is a little bit more of a moisture-starved kind of monsoonal push, so we'll get a lot of the moisture closer to the Four Corners region. I do think dry lightning, however, is our main concern, and you can see here it's only about a 10 to 20% chance. We're just getting some small indications of a little bit of wet weather out there. Here's our temperatures for today. So that's our main topic of discussion. Heat safety needs to be at the very forefront of your mind, especially for kids in school. They might have outdoor activities planned later this afternoon. Extra water bottles, hydration is key. 96 in Santa Ynez, 93 in Los Alamos, 83 in Santa Maria. I think we're going to be battling those daily records up in San Luis Obispo. It's been weeks since or maybe even months actually, since we've seen Cambria and Morro Bay into the 70s. We'll rise up to the triple digits up in Atascadero. Down in Ventura County, we're looking at 70s, 80s, and triple digits as well. Overnight lows will still be relatively toasty, so of course, make sure to utilize air conditioning, stay hydrated, and stay extra safe these next couple of days. Have a good one.